1个月听懂美国人。
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Everyday English Academy, where we make English simple and enjoyable. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mike. Hello to all of our wonderful listeners wherever you are in the world right now.
Mike, wait, did you do something different?
What? No. What do you mean?
Your hair. It looks different.
Oh, yeah. I got a haircut yesterday.
You don't sound very happy about it.
I'm not happy about it. I asked for just a little off the top, and the barber cut so much. I look like a completely different person.
Oh no, what happened?
I don't know. I think there was a misunderstanding. I said a little, but maybe he heard a lot?
Or maybe you didn't explain it clearly enough.
Okay, maybe. I'm not great at explaining what I want at the barber. I just sit there and hope for the best.
You can't just hope. You need to use the right words.
Well, that's why we're here today, right?
Yes, because today we're going to talk about English at the salon and the barbershop. All the important words and phrases you need, so you don't end up like Mike.
Hey.
I'm kidding. But seriously, this is super practical. Everyone gets a haircut, right? And if you don't know the right English words, you might leave looking very different from what you wanted.
That is so true, and it happened to me, so learn from my mistakes, everyone.
Okay, so before we get into all the useful vocabulary, let's start with something basic. Mike, what's the difference between a salon and a barbershop?
Good question. So, a barbershop is more traditional. It's usually a place where men go to get their hair cut. Simple haircuts, beard trims, shaving, that kind of thing.
And a salon is a bit different. A salon or a hair salon is for everyone, men, women, anyone, and they usually offer more services.
Like what?
Like coloring your hair, styling, treatments for your hair, blow drying, all kinds of things.
So, a barbershop is more simple and quick, and a salon has more options.
Exactly. But honestly, these days, a lot of barbershops also offer extra services, and many salons do simple men's haircuts too. So the line between them is not always clear.
True. I think it depends on the place, but the words are still useful to know. When someone says, "I'm going to the barber," you know they're getting a haircut, probably a more classic or simple one.
And if someone says, "I have a salon appointment," it could be anything. A haircut, coloring, maybe a treatment. By the way, the person who cuts your hair at a barber shop is called a barber, and at a salon, they're usually called a hairstylist or just a stylist.
Right. So you might say, "My stylist is amazing," or "I need to find a new barber."
Now, listeners, do you go to a salon or a barber shop? Tell us in the comments. We want to know. Okay, so let's say you want to get a haircut. The first step is making an appointment.
Right. An appointment is a scheduled time. You choose a day and a time, and they save that spot for you.
If you call a salon, you might say, "Hi, I'd like to make an appointment for a haircut, please."
Simple. And they'll ask you, "When would you like to come in?" And you just tell them the day and time.
You can also ask, "Do you have any availability this week?" Availability means, do you have any free times, any open spots?
That's a useful word. Do you have any availability on Saturday?
Now, here's something important. These days, many salons and barbershops let you book online.
Oh, that's true. A lot of places have their own website or they use booking apps.
No phone call needed.
That's great for people who feel nervous about calling in English. You can do everything online. Read the options, take your time, no pressure.
Exactly. But not every place has a website. Some smaller barbershops, especially the more traditional ones, they don't have an online page. For those, you need to call or just walk in.
Walk in. That's an important phrase. A walk-in is when you go to a salon or barber shop without an appointment. You just show up and hope they can see you.
Right. You can ask, do you take walk-ins? That means, can I come without booking first?
Some places accept walk-ins, some don't. It depends on how busy they are.
So, if you want to be safe, book an appointment, online or by phone. But if you're in a rush or traveling, asking about walk-ins is very useful.
Good. Now comes the important part.
Yes, you're sitting in the chair, the barber or stylist looks at you and says, "So, what are we doing today?"
And this is where most people panic.
Including you.
Including me, yes. But not anymore, because we're going to learn the right words.
Okay, let's start with the most common one, a trim. A trim is a small cut. You're not changing your hairstyle, you're just cutting a little bit to make it look neat and clean.
So if you like your hair the way it is, but it's getting a bit long, you say, "Just a trim, please."
Exactly. I don't want to change the style, just a trim. That tells the stylist, keep the same look, just make it shorter and tidier.
Okay, what about if you want something more specific?
Well, if you want layers, layers are when the hair is cut at different lengths. Some parts are shorter, some parts are longer. It gives your hair more shape and movement.
I see this a lot on women, right?
Yes, but men can have layers too. You might say, I'd like some layers to add volume. Volume means fullness, making your hair look thicker and bigger.
Got it. Now, here's one I hear a lot at my barbershop. Fade.
Oh, fades are so popular right now. A fade is a haircut style where the hair gets gradually shorter on the sides and back. It goes from longer on top to very, very short near the bottom, almost like the hair fades away. That's why it's called a fade.
I actually wanted a fade last time, but I couldn't explain it properly. Now I know. I'd like a fade on the sides, please.
Perfect. And if you want your hair really short all over, you can ask for a buzz cut. A buzz cut is when they use electric clippers to cut all your hair very short, the same length everywhere.
Clippers. Those are the electric tools that barbers use, right? The ones that make that buzzing sound?
Yes, that buzzing sound is why it's called a buzz cut.
That makes sense. I tried a buzz cut once. My mother hated it.
I can imagine.
Now, Sarah, what about bangs? I've heard this word, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, bangs is the American English word for the short hair that falls over your forehead, like the front part of your hair that covers your forehead.
Oh, and in British English, they say fringe, right?
Exactly. Same thing, different word. Bangs in American English, fringe in British English. So you might say, I'd like bangs, or can you cut me a fringe?
Useful. Okay, here's another situation. What if you just want to fix something small? Like your hair looks mostly fine, but the edges need a little work.
That's called a touch-up. A touch-up is a small fix, not a full haircut, just a quick refresh. Maybe the ends need trimming, or your color is growing out and you need the roots done.
Roots?
Yes, when someone colors their hair, after a few weeks, you can see the natural color growing back at the top, near the scalp. Those are your roots. And when someone goes to the salon to fix just that part, we say they're getting their roots touched up or a root touch-up.
Oh, I see that all the time when someone has blonde hair, but you can see dark hair at the top.
Exactly. That means their roots are showing and they probably need a touch-up.
Good to know. Now, one more important tip for this section. You can also show a picture.
Yes, this is actually the easiest way. If you have a photo on your phone of the hairstyle you want, just show it to your stylist or barber. You can say, "I'd like something like this, please."
A picture says 1,000 words, right?
It really does, especially if you're not confident about describing what you want in English. A photo is your best friend at the salon.
Okay, so now you've told them what you want. You're sitting in the chair and they start working, but they might ask you some questions during the cut.
Yes, and it's good to be prepared for these. One very common question is, how short do you want it?
And you can answer in different ways. You can say about 2 centimeters shorter, or just a little bit, or even show them with your fingers.
Yes, showing with your fingers is very helpful. Just pinch your fingers together and say, about this much.
Another question they might ask is, do you want me to wash your hair first?
Some salons wash your hair before cutting it. Some don't. It depends on the place.
And at the end, they might ask, would you like a blow dry? A blow dry is when they dry your hair with a special machine that blows hot air.
Most women say yes to a blow dry because it helps style the hair nicely, but it's totally optional. You can say, "No thanks, I'll let it air dry." That means you'll let it dry naturally without any machine.
And here's my favorite question that they ask at the end. Is this short enough? Or how does that look?
This is your moment. Look in the mirror and check. If you're happy, just say, "That looks great, thank you," or "I love it."
But what if you're not happy?
Ooh, the scary moment.
Yeah. What do you do if they cut too much or it's not what you wanted?
Well, you can be polite about it. You can say, "Could you take a little more off the sides?" Or, "I think I'd like it a bit shorter in the back."
And if it's really not what you asked for, you can say, actually, this isn't quite what I had in mind. Could we adjust it a little?
That phrase is so good. This isn't quite what I had in mind. It's honest, but not rude.
Exactly. I wish I had said that last time instead of just smiling and saying, looks great, when it definitely did not look great.
Poor Mike. By the way, listeners, have you ever had a bad haircut? What happened? Tell us in the comments.
Okay, the haircut is done. You look amazing. Hopefully. Now it's time to pay.
You can simply ask, "How much is it?" And they'll tell you the price.
And if you want to pay by card, you can ask, "Do you accept card?" or "Can I pay by card?"
Some smaller barber shops only accept cash, so it's good to ask first, or bring some cash just in case.
Now, what about tipping? Should you tip?
Well, this depends a lot on the country. In the United States, tipping your barber or stylist is very common, usually 15 to 20%.
But in other countries, like in many parts of Europe or Asia, tipping is not expected.
Exactly. So if you're traveling, it's a good idea to check the local custom. You can even ask at your hotel or search online.
And when you leave, just smile and say, "Thank you so much. I love it." Even if, well,
Even if you're Mike and you don't love it.
exactly. But next time, I'll know the right words. No more bad haircuts for me.
Now, before we finish, let's talk about one more useful word, split ends.
This is something a lot of people experience, especially if you have longer hair.
Split ends. What are those exactly?
Split ends are when the tips of your hair become dry and damaged, and they actually split into two pieces. It doesn't look healthy.
Oh, so when someone goes to the salon and says, I need to get rid of my split ends, they want the stylist to cut off just the damaged parts and make your hair look healthy again.
Exactly. You might say, "Can you trim my split ends?" And the stylist will cut just a little to remove the damaged parts and make your hair look healthy again.
That's really useful. Okay, I think we covered a lot today.
We really did. Let's do a quick review of the most important words.
So first we have trim, a small cut just to make your hair neat. Just a trim, please.
Layers, cutting hair at different lengths for more shape and movement.
Fade, when the hair gradually gets shorter on the sides.
Buzz cut, very short hair all over, cut with electric clippers.
Bangs or fringe, the short hair that falls over your forehead.
Walk-in, when you go without an appointment.
Blow dry, drying your hair with a hot air machine after washing.
Split ends, when the tips of your hair are dry and broken.
Touch-up, a small fix or refresh, not a full haircut.
And appointment, a scheduled time to visit the salon or barber shop.
Those are really useful words. Next time you go for a haircut, you'll feel much more confident.
And remember, if you can't find the right words, just show a picture on your phone. That always helps.
True, that's the universal language of haircuts.
All right, everyone, we have a question for you. What's the hardest thing about getting a haircut in English? Is it explaining what you want? Understanding the questions? Something else? Tell us in the comments.
We read every single comment, and we love hearing from you.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Everyday English Academy and give this episode a like. It really helps us make more content for you.
Share this with a friend who is learning English. Maybe someone who has a salon appointment coming up soon.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. Now go get a great haircut and use the right words.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and remember, your English gets better every single day.
Stay confident, stay stylish, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye! And Mike, maybe go back to the barber and try again.
This time, I'll be ready. Bye.